What is ontology? First of all, it is important to note that there are four major branches of philosophy, namely, logic, ethics, epistemology, and metaphysics. All other types of philosophy, or philosophical movements, are simply sub-branches of these four major branches of philosophy. Some scholars in philosophy believe that there are five major branches of philosophy, namely, logic, epistemology, metaphysics, aesthetics, and ethics. Others say it is four, namely, logic, epistemology, metaphysics, and axiology, where axiology is further divided into two, namely, aesthetics and ethics. While these considerations of the major branches of philosophy are not wrong, PHILO-notes subscribed to the first consideration, that is, philosophy is divided into four major branches, namely, again, logic, ethics, epistemology, and metaphysics. Part of the reasons for this position is that aesthetics can hardly be separated from metaphysics. Indeed, metaphysics as a branch of philosophy, which deals with the most general and abstract questions, such as those pertaining to the nature of existence, the categories of space and time, the existence of God, or the immortality of the human soul, necessarily includes the study of beauty of beings in general. Now, Aristotle divides metaphysics into two, namely, special metaphysics and general metaphysics. Under special metaphysics, we have cosmology, psychology, and theodicy, or natural theology. Under general metaphysics, we have ontology. Sometimes, scholars referred to general metaphysics as ontology. Ontology is derived from the two Greek words onto, which means being, or that which is, everything that exists, and logos, which means knowledge, or study. It is important to note that the term logos in ancient Greek scholarship has different connotations. For example, Heraclitus, a Greek philosopher of the late 6th century BCE, understands logos as reason, or the underlying principle of all that is. The ancient Greek thinkers also referred to logos as the use of logic and reasoning in crafting a piece of persuasive writing, or rhetoric. But in this article, we use the term logos to refer to, again, the study of something. Hence, etymologically speaking, ontology means the study of being. However, traditionally and formally defined, ontology is the specific branch of philosophy that studies beings in their ultimate causes, reasons, and principles through the aid of reason alone. In other words, ontology studies the first principles, or the essence of all things. Some of the basic questions in ontology are: what is being? Why do things exist, rather than not exist at all? What is the meaning and nature of reality? What is the underlying principle of all that exist? Is there nothing? Ontology can be applied to other disciplines, such as sociology, education, or research. For example, when applied to sociology, then we may talk about social ontology. Here, as we can see, questions in ontology are applied to sociology. For instance, we may ask the questions: are there social facts out there to be discovered? Instead of an objective reality, are they only social constructs? Or, what are the nature, dynamics, and characteristics of social groups? Applied to education, we may talk about the ontology of learning. According to Michael Barnes, in educational research, ontology refers to your worldview, and this is essential, because whether you know it or not, you have the power to choose your worldview, or ontology, which affects how you see and understand the world. Barnes further argues that if we teach students about the possibility of differing facts based on alternative ontologies, then they may engage in fewer fruitless arguments over the number one, right way, and instead explore and understand differing worldviews between cultures, and even interrogate their own ontology to evaluate areas that do and do not resonate with their intuition. Ontology is also very important in research. According to Katie Moon, ontology helps researchers recognize how certain they can be about the nature and existence of objects they are researching. For instance, what truth claims can a researcher make about reality? Who decides the legitimacy of what is real? How do researchers deal with different and conflicting ideas of reality? As we can see, when we apply ontology to a specific discipline, we are talking in general about the study of that particular discipline. Here, this discipline that we are specifically referring to is the very being that philosophy studies. Again, as already mentioned, ontology is the study of being. Hence, in social ontology, for example, we specifically mean the study of the nature, dynamics, and characteristics of the society.